It's going to go live. Beauty, you're live. Alrighty. Hope everyone can hear me okay. I'm just going to go and set some gear up here before we get started. And I want to welcome everybody to my live painting. Ian here, your acrylic guru. Going to do a live painting today. And it's going to be something I've designed in my little sketchbook up here. I've got a few different layouts of the same thing. Some of them are very same, but very different. And what I'm looking for is just trying to work out a way to create my own original stuff as I go along. Some stuff is used by reference. There we go, paste there. Okay, and we're ready to rock and roll. And now I just want to get some things into the other side of the screen there, so I can see in this live. When I get the chance, I'm going to acknowledge some people if they're asking some questions, but it's your opportunity to watch me do a live painting, say hello and things like that. So I'll just make sure the volume's down, which I think it is. 20 people watching already. Wow. Okay, Jason, Gloria. Okay, so it's still pumping along. Just bear with me a moment. Play. I better press play. Oh, come on, why is it taking so? Press play, will you? Play. Okay, it's live. There we go. So I've got to get all the way up here. There we go. So who we got there? I'm going to just push this across the other side now because I hate standing here like that, ignoring the screen. There we go. Beautiful. I'm going to take my thongs off. I don't like wearing thongs when I paint because they get caught in my cable, and when I'm barefoot, it's a lot better to walk around and feel things, and I like to stand when I paint where I can. I'm just going to put my plastic gloves or rubber gloves or latex gloves, whatever they're called. I like these. They sort of keep my hands clean and they look all right. Now, the picture was on the thumbnails there. Who we got here? We got like 24 people. I'll just say a quick hello to Jason, Gloria, Krista, Elaine, Donna, Ryan, Michelle, and Kashmir, I'm assuming. Kashmir, yes. Super Cat, hello. How are you all going? We've got Jerry, is it Jerry Power? Yes, thank you very much. All right, we've got all my waters there. I didn't grab a drink, goddamn, not to worry. So what I do, every now and then I've just started doing this actually, but I get some, you don't need to see these, but you can see what I'm doing. Like these are different type of moon ones I want to do, okay? And I've picked one there that I've seen ideas around the place and in my head, and I sort of put them into one image here. So I'm going to get that out the way there. And I've got me canvas laid out here. Now I want the right moon. I better bring that back for a minute. I want the right size moon. So we'll use this one up here. Just let me grab the moon template and I'll see which one I'm going to use. Got a few different ones made up. Now, if you don't know how to make a template, probably that one there's, so that one's too big. Yeah, I think I'll use this one. If you don't know how to make a template, bear with me a minute. Grab any surface, circumference object, whether it's a coffee tin, a cup, a plate, or whatever. I'll just show you here while we're going, just so as you can use this as a temporary template, or you can go and get the acetate from your store there, that plastic paper from your stationery store, and use that. Now, you just put anything down, have a good box cutter. I'm just going to show you simply here. This paper is very thin. It's that lined pad paper, professional pad paper, but you probably really want office printing paper. And you just come around, where are we? Come around your circle here. Where are you? Here we go. Come around. This is very easy if you've got this sort of stuff, okay? And you've got a circumference to do a moon, a temporary template, okay? That was just to show you. Anyway, let's get into this. You can use any size plate, cup, tin bowl and one of these blades, these box cutters. They're handy to have. They're just as handy to have as what your paints and brushes and water and other things are within your little art studio corner, wherever you do all your painting. Things like this are bloody handy, all right? Can you hear me okay? G'day, love your work, thank you very much. Margaret, g'day. Anne, hello, enjoy your videos. If you can specify when to apply colour on wet and when to dry it, would be great. No problem. Well, we're going to start from scratch here, okay? So watch this video. It'll be very informative for you beginners out there. Thank you very much, Laura Collins. Super chat donation there, much appreciated. And if you're watching the replay and you want to support my content, there's a donate PayPal link in the description below. Hit that. And you're also supporting my content there. Thank you very much. Who was that? Laura Collins. Appreciate your tutorials very much. Thank you very much, Laura. And it's people like you that keep me going here. I found some spare time today. So I thought I'd better get a tutorial in because I haven't done one for quite a while. Yay, Laura, says Margaret. I finally got you on live feed. It's after midnight here. Yes, we're all different time zones, so we can't really do much about that. Anyway, I want to stop the gas bagging and snotting around and get on with this painting. So I'm going to grab I want a sky, okay? So we'll get our sky going. Is it going to be a day sky or a night sky? It's going to be, because it's a moon, it's going to be a night sky, okay? It's going to be a moon, waterfall and mist, okay? Lots of things going on there. Here's what I've done here. The moon, sky, that's just in my head. I know what to roughly do. Maybe some palms if I get around to the palms, all right? We'll put that down there like that. Now I want my putter on a brush, which is my beautiful synthetic 2-inch flat brush. Now if you love painting the way I paint, watch what I do and practice what I do if you're not that good at it or your first time at it, okay? Now I just want to do the sky area. So I'm getting enough Flow White student paint to put on. And before I do, I'll just bring you back up to the canvas here, because where did my picture go? I pretty much want the moon up there. How high from the top roughly? I'm just going by my thing then, and I want it just getting covered up. So let's just say that's the moon there, about there. I want it sort of covered up, and I'll have the waterfall probably middle-ish, about there somewhere, and then some rocks coming up. So why I'm doing this now is because I don't want to put the retarder all down this half here, because when you paint over dried paint that's had retarder on it the same day, it can be a bit rubbery, okay? So back down here, and I've got clear medium retarder. This is retarder, that's what it's called. It slows down the drying time of any acrylic paint. You add it to there and it'll take longer to dry. Now I've got enough there for the top of my canvas. I'm going to put the colours in the description below. If you're watching the replay, they'll already be there, what I've used in this painting. All right, and I'm just going to load this brush up. Now it's not quite mixed properly. I'm making sure in my head I'm mixing this up. All right, turning the brush around, getting it all in there. And before, I'll just get some of this roughly over there, so I'm not going to get all paint there, okay? This sort of coming up on a bit of an angle here. It's just going to help me not have too much wet paint when I'm trying to do the rocks, the waterfall and the mist and stuff like that, okay? You watch the video first a couple of times, and if you know how to do everything, you know what you're going to paint. If it's your first time doing everything, you can practice these procedures. Now I'm just going to get this craft paint mixed with the retarder, and this is a cloth canvas that I'm painting on, good quality artist canvas, and I'm just getting that in there like that. Bear with me a minute, I just want to double check the volume here. Where are we? Just bear with me a moment.
Where are we? Just bear with me a moment.
Yep, perfect. I was just making sure the sound's great. Ratio of flow white retarder is 2:3 retarder. It depends where you live. I don't follow no set rule of how much the ratio is. It depends where you live, and whatever you've done in the past, if it's working for you, that's all you need to do. So we've got that. It's like magic white, the oil artists use. They use a magic white. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm stroking it into the tooth, into the stitch of that canvas, getting it all even, ready to evenly blend to my sky. I've got no paints out ready. I don't even know what colour my sky is going to be. So I need to wipe that. So I'm just wiping it. I'm not washing it just yet. And what colour should I do the sky? I'll probably do it darkish colours, okay? Let's get, oh, hang on, I'm just moving this caddy out the way. There we go. So where can I put this for now? Dark. I'll use the typical, where are we? Where are we? I've got dioxazine purple there. We'll use some dioxazine purple and some phthalo blue, okay? They're pretty good colours, you think? No, you know what? No, bugger that. I want Indian yellow. I love Indian yellow. So let's come down here. Where are we? It's not a realism painting, so I want to make it a beautiful, colourful, eye-catching piece of art. So I want some of that. I want some alizarin crimson. No, not alizarin crimson, sorry. Just a little bit of, a little bit, I put a big heap there. Quinacridone magenta. And then we could probably go into some phthalo blue for the top half of the sky. I'm using phthalo blue because it's more of a nighttime colour. And we've got dioxazine purple there as well. Don't need too much. Okay, how's everyone been? Good, hey? Hello everyone, says Angela Young. G'day Angela Young, thank you. Everyone's there. Barry Redburn, g'day Bazza. Barry. Now watch what I do here. I'm only going to use this brush. I'm not going to use anything special, amazing or marvellous, just a snotty 2-inch, $2 synthetic brush. I love it. Now I'm going to pick up my Indian yellow. I'm going to pick that up on there. I love Indian yellow. Maybe you can put a little bit of that in there just to get the orangey bits going. Because it's nighttime yellow, not daytime yellow, okay? So I've made it sort of orange. Look at that, see? Just muck around with it. Get arty. Get used to loading your brushes up with paint and painting onto your canvas. And I want this right there. Look at that, beautiful. Loving that. Now I've got it on there where I want it. It's all across the bottom. Now I'm gonna just fade it up into nothing. I've done this in many paintings before. So easy to do. One of my first ones I've done, I've added yellow oxide, but see, adding that quinacridone magenta, see how it's made this bit darker? This bit here's a bit, it's just blended up into nothing, okay? All right, I'm gonna just wipe that brush again, getting the build-up off. And I'm going to pick up the magenta now. Quinacridone magenta I love using. Get some of this on there. I better be, while I'm down here, get some dioxazine purple on there as well. I'll just see what it's like if I put a bit of that into there. Yeah, I won't do that, but yeah, at least I saw what it's going to do. Come over here. I'll get those brushes out of the way. Now we want to get this into our yellow there. There we go. Now I'm going to just wipe that now. See why I've done this. Hang on, I'll get a bit darker there and there. Why I've done it like that, I'm trying to create depth, distance, like you're looking down the hallway on a bus or the fuselage of an aeroplane. You're looking way down there, far away. Look at that. That's why I've done all those pointing inwards, and hopefully they will look like that. Now I've wiped that brush. I'm going to use the very tip of it and just pull that through there now, just to get something going there. Bring it up to nothing. We've got a bit of dark happening there over here, which is looking good. Now, without mucking around, get into this phthalo blue, get that onto your brush, and do the same again. Get that right into there, right up there, and now pass that through, wipe it. This is easy procedures that a beginner can do, and if you haven't done them, just practice them, so when you do them, you're creating such incredible bullshit onto your canvas, and that's what you want. You want to see tons of bullshit going on. Now here's our darker bit of the sky. It's coming up to the dark bit where the fat cat's gone to bed and the kids are nearly asleep. The adults can bring out the port and have a doodah of a time. Now I'm back over to the dioxazine purple now. Here we go. Getting some of this on the brush. See, I've used all the one brush so far for this basic, simple bullshit sky with lots of luster, loveliness and fun. Get all this up the top. Look at that, right at the top. Dig it down into that blue. Now dig some down in there a bit, just like that. Now wipe the brush again. Wipe it. If you feel your line too much of a band, you can always X stroke them as you start to do this bit like this, okay? Get it down like that and then finish it off with left to right strokes. And it's just going to look really arty and fantastic. I'm happy with that. Now that's pretty much our nighttime sky. I'm going to go and just wash this brush, so if I need it later on, it's not going to be all hard and dirty. I better grab my flogger, my flogging bucket, because you need a stick in a bucket. Every time you've washed it, you can give your brush a severe flogging. Gets all the water out. Because what am I going to have in there? I'm not sure yet. No, it's not going to be water. It'll be, I'm going to do a bit of knife work in this one. Get the knife out, give it a go. Okay, so we'll get this back over here. Look at that, we've got a beautiful wet sky there. Let me get that off the wire. Where's my titanium white? I'm just grabbing some titanium white and I'll get you back down here on the palette. Now this titanium white is going to pick up all sorts of stuff. Before we do, I want, just at the top, I've got a flat toothbrush. A flat toothbrush is better than one like this that's curved. I found using this one was very difficult. It gave me a lot of trouble. This is just a simple one from a hotel room they give you. It's very flat. You want your paint reasonably inky, not work out the inky consistency you need it. And just the trick is to load only the tips. If you've loaded the whole thing up, it'll bog down and won't flick properly. Now I'm only going to flick the nighttime part of the sky, which is the top. Watch this, I can control this like a machine. Look at that, just, they're coming off beautifully. A little bit into the blue. I might have the moon there. Maybe get a bit of dark band here, just something like that. That'll do. Look at that. Took no effort at all to get those stars on there, okay? I'll put that in the water like a gentleman. Kiwi cobbit. Now we want to get a fan brush to do our, want some clouds in there, so I'm going to grab the white titanium paint out of a tube on a fan brush. I love using fan brushes. And I know I'm going to have my moon about there, so I might put something in the horizon down here, creating depth, distance, like you're looking up the fuselage, like I said. Put it in there. Boom. Pick up a bit more and get some sort of cloud up here. Just wiggle it on. Wiggle it on. Give it some sort of shape. it's going to have a bum on it, this one, because it's over your head. That'll do. Let me grab a blending brush. I didn't worry about blending this one because it's pretty much done it itself. Now I've got to give it a bum. I scrape the bottom lineal flat with the horizon like that, wherever your bums are, just like that. That's what's going on in my head. And then you're getting the turmoil on this brush and creating some kind of night cloud there. I won't go too high up into those stars. This is just something on this side. There we go. How's that looking? Get your hand out the way, you dag. That'll do. That will do it. Now I'm going to grab another fan brush, pick up some clean white again, and just add the yumminess to that cloud. I'll get over here where we lost a bit of it. Get a bit more in there. Okay. Now you just want to sit that yumminess down, leaving the vibrancy of it there. Okay, making it all uneven, but blending it down into that cloud, and that gives your clouds a bit more dimension. There we go. How's that? That's just a simple cloud in the night sky. Simple cloud here as well. Moving right along. This ain't taking too long at all. That's great. Now I've got to, oh you dag, I just flipped the toothbrush out of the water and it flung white watery paint every bloody where. Oh, not to worry. Now I've got to dry that to where I put the moon. So I'm just using a hairdryer, and where I'm putting the moon, I want it dry. Otherwise, when I put the template on there, it's going to spoil that sky. Once you put the moon on, you could probably detail your sky a little bit more if you like. I'm just keeping it short, sweet and simple, but it's going to be, what would you say, bloody effective. Alright, so let's get this going. Normally I paint on a canvas panel that I make, but I've run out of the board. So I'm just cutting up the actual canvas off the roll to my own size and doing it that way. I'll just feel that. There we go, there we go. I'll just keep. What can I, who we got there? Bev, g'day Bev, Jen, B, Ashley, how are you all going? Ian is great to listen to, eh? Oh, that's nice to know. Right, come on, dry up there, you bugger. Get in there. Oh, that'll do it. My God, we don't want to sit here all day drying the bloody painting, do we? But this is the thing with lives, you've got to take the good with the bad. You know, and see what happens. Really pretty colours. Thank you very much there, Jen, Elaine, the bucket. I just love, oh, I lost it, it went up. Bev, g'day Bev. Bev French, how you going? His videos are what I tune into to forget about things. All right, so now we're going to, we'll pull this off. Yeah, where are we? I'll just get this off there. I even got some paint that's fallen under there, so I'm just going to try my best to artistically wipe it down. That's just, see now all this area here, it's raw and dry. It's not going to rubber up when I'm trying to paint my rocks. I've just got to dry this bit here now. Now see, I planned this painting how I wanted it. You always need to know what you're going to paint before you paint it, okay? It helps a great deal. Nothing worse than going to paint something and you're just sitting there and you don't know what you're going to paint and you're sort of, what do I... We've all been there. It's horrible. It's just, you don't want to go to those situations when you've been down that road in your art journey. Now we're just going to grab my moon template and I want it just underneath, I'll grab it that way, just underneath the rock there. So I'll get a bit of tape onto here. Now what I'm going to do, I'll just press it against my pants a bit. just so it's not so tacky, because this is quite a tacky tape I've got here. Ticky tacky tape. So I can see my moon. I want it there underneath and over there a bit. So we'll tape that on there like that. Easy does it, Tiger. That's not going to fall. Now with this, you've all seen me do this before. I'm going to put the light of the moon here. All right, I don't know what colour I'm going to do the moon. Let's just do it the dark blue, I suppose, and then the white. So we'll use what we've got on the palette down here. What do we got? We've got, I'm going to wet my sponge first. We've got the phthalo blue and the dioxazine purple. So we need a dark side of the moon. So I'm going to pretty much stamp the moon on first. Okay, so I'm going to pretty much stamp the whole moon on, mainly the dark side. There we go, get around there like that. See, now having your paint wet, it's a little bit dry if anything, helps it come off the sponge and onto your canvas a lot easier. If it's wetted down a little bit, that's why I sprayed it. Okay, now I've got the moon on there. I want to grab the dioxazine purple. These are the colours that's in the sky, so that's why I'm using them. I'm grabbing some of that, and when it mixes with the phthalo blue up there, it's going to give it a darker value. So we get that. See, I'm using one side of the sponge because I know I'm going to use the other side for the lighter colour. So I want my dark side onto the right here. So we'll get this on there now, and it's going to make it dark. I'll relabel this painting for the replay. I've just put live painting for now, but I'll think of a name to give this. I'm slowly coming into the light side, just slowly. You know, if I was to put some manipulation into that, it's going to bring up the phthalo blue underneath if you want to muck around like that. Okay. Now I'm going to turn this sponge around and pick up the white. I want to mix up the white. What I'll do is, see this side here of this, where are we? See this side of the sponge? Before we get going, I'm just going to grab some of this. It's going to lighten it all. I'll get all the white I can find on my palette. I'm making use of that paint because you don't want it bright white. A moon's not bright white. If anything, they're grey. But I'm making this an artistically colourful looking painting. Now I want to come this way. Boom, and feel myself come around in a sphere. And hopefully this will look like it's floating in the sky and there's distance between the back of this and the sky there, hopefully. These templates help you a lot with this sort of work. So we're just getting that. Now another thing you can do, you can muck around with the sponge and bleed those two together. Or you can lightly wipe as you go, just gently, gingerly wipe your moon so you're getting sort of moon-like look behaviour within your painting there. All these things you can just think of and use it and adopt it, and if it works, that's all that matters. Now what I'm going to do is slightly tiptoe back over this with that sponge because it's a bit harsh. You'll see what I mean. It's a bit harsh. And you can practice this all day. Put the kettle on, make a coffee, have a scotch. Now I'm going to tiptoe back over that just to sit it down a bit here and there, here and there, here and there. Okay, and now we're going to highlight this moon to give it the bullshit. Okay, and then when I pull the template off, you'll see what I mean. Okay, get this back down there. Just grab some good, clean titanium white out of the tube there, eh? Good stuff, no mucking around. Give it a bit of a squirt. All right, and pick up. See, I've got a nice clean side of the sponge now. And take your time, you're not in a rush. And we'll just put the lighter side of the moon on. So we'll go about here. It's nice and wet from about here. Stamp it, easy does it. This is the best way to do a moon. I've been doing them like this for years. Pick up some more of that white, get a bit in there, let it be textured and whatever. Bit more right on the edge there, that'll do. I'm getting happy with that. I'll see if I can see that some of that's stippled and textured a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is, there we go, look at that. I've smeared it, I've added elements of lusciousness and bullshit in there, look at that. And if you've done this too much, you can always get that sponge and lightly sponge it down again. Which we'll just do here, where are we? There we go. Too easy, huh? Okay, we'll pull that, I'm going to wipe my hands first and we'll pull this off. So we'll get this, pull it off, and hopefully she looks like that's floating right there. Look at that. Beautiful, huh? Now I've got to bring you over here, unfortunately. I'll take you off the painting. And I've got to clean this. Because I'm live, I can't do it later. I've got to clean it now. So I'm going to just clean my sponge and that template so it won't go all hard and horrible. So I'll just quickly squeeze this out. Yeah, give us a, if you're watching the replay, comment in the description below. Join my art group page, it's in the links below. That's a good spot where you can share your renditions of my artwork that you do, or your own. There we go, I'm just wiping that, that's brilliant. These acetate plastic, look at that, they're good to clean for later on. I've had that one for a few years. They last a long time if you look after them. See, that's why I wear gloves. You'll be surprised how many people ask, why do you wear gloves? Now we'll give that a bit of a dry, just so as we don't hurt it. Now, if you ask me, that moon has got space behind it. That's what I was trying to create. We've got this dark bit here, the light behind it. It's worked for what I want it to do. There will be some detail police out there that give me grief over it, but they can go roll rocks. I'm not worried about what they need to tell me. There we go. I'm happy with that. It's not 100% dry, but it's dry enough. I'll get rid of this tape. Okay. Looks 3D, love it. Yeah, that's what I'm not 3D, but yeah, you know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. Beautiful moon and the, what's that positioning of it? Yeah, I suppose the position of it's right, eh? It's turned, yeah, the position of it's not bad, eh? I like, geez, I could talk shit. All right, so what are we going to do now? Where's my picture that I designed? Okay, so I'm looking for a big, dark area here. Is that dry a bit? Yeah, a little bit wet there. I've just got to dry that a bit more here. This is where you can take your time. I might just see over here, I'll show you what I'll do. They only have to be small, don't do massive ones because we've already dried it now. So I'm just going to, let's grab my small fan brush. I've cleaned it and I've dried it. I'm going to grab a little bit of just white paint will do, a bit of titanium white, and maybe the slightest of blue if we need it. So I just want to taint it. No, that's too much blue. There we go. I just don't want it really white, okay? And we're just going to sink the moon back because the moon is behind the clouds but in front of the stars, and that's what we've got. So we've got this cloud here. We can sort of bring something right in front of that moon. Boom, look at that. So easy, but keep these things bloody level. If you don't, you go and stuff it. It's not quite level. Okay, so I'm trying to make it level. I'm just blending it into there. Now we're going to put something here. So I'm going to condition the brush so it's pointy. and get something here. And why I said small, because we can use the actual fan brush just to blend them down a bit if we got to. There we go, just like that. It's sunk it back. I want to sink this back into this cloud without ruining it. Some back here. How are we there? There we go. We'll put something about here. Hang on a minute, I'll pick a bit up. Just a little bit. Just enough to sink it back. There's not much clouds in the sky, but what are there? The moon's lit up a bit. There we go, it's sunk it back. Just try not to get carried away like I feel I'm doing now, going too much. That'll do. How's that looking? Fine, that'll do it. All right, what are we doing? Oh, now we're going to do the bottom half. Top half's done. How long have we been going for? 35 minutes. Alrighty, I want a dark colour for there. What can I use? Well, I'll use the black gesso. That's what I'll use. Simple, too easy. That's what we buy black gesso for. I bought this from the art store, the same brand as the retarder I used, just Sanjay's. It's just black gesso. All it is flat black, matte black, flat black. I'm going to use this brush here. And I'm going to go to the big hardware store next week, or when I've got time, and I'm going to buy some sealing white, and I'm going to get them because sealing white is flat paint. It's pretty much what gesso is, and I'm going to get them to put a bit of a black tint into it so I can get my own black gesso. I'm going to give it a go and see how that works. I'm pretty sure it will work, and if it does, I'll let you all know. So I'll get some of this onto the palette there. And where are we? How did I have that? I sort of had it rocky or choppy. We'll get it sort of whatever. So just go over the blue a little bit. Sinking that. There we go. This is just all rocks here. One side. Bernard, where you been, mate? You look all cobwebby. You've been under the neighbours' cars and stuff, have you? Now get your paint a little bit wet. One tip, I'm getting this edge nice and sharp. I don't want that unblurred out of focus. One tip, what was that tip I was going to say now? I was going to say something, I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm just doing it now. Is get this water, just don't over water it. Don't ever over water it, but you need that enough in it to make it work. Watch this. Want this nice and straight. That's going to be the water coming down there somewhere. Now we can just get that a lot more wetter. And we want to black all this up, okay, with our black gesso. If you don't have black gesso, just use your normal black from a tube. It just means it'll be a bit glossy. This is just the underpainting for the rocks, okay. I'm going to need more on there. There we go, look at that, bomb it on, bomb it on. This will dry flat, which is great. I don't really like having glossy black in my paintings if I can help it, but you're probably not going to see a lot of this black. So watch this video, and if you notice, this is another procedure. I did the sky. I used the craft paint with the retarder, that's one procedure. Then I painted the sky, which is another one. Did the moon, did the clouds, they're all different procedures. You can go to every procedure through the video and practice them and watch them that way. Okay, how's that looking? That's it, that's it. Now I've got to dry that. So come back here, where are we? Just so as, where are we? There we go, just to break up the monotony. I'll just dry this black so as I can put on all the other stuff, okay? Where are we? Get back there. There we go. Who we got there? We got B. G'day, B. Ashley, g'day Ashley, Margaret, Berry, Krista, Margaret, Oswina, hello Oswina, Angela Young, Barry Radburn, geez, everyone's having their crackers and stuff. Geez, I'm very hungry, I might eat something after this. Now I'm going to do this with a knife. I'm going to put in the rock part and then the water and then the mist. So this is working out all right. Now this is all out of my head. I haven't used a reference for this one. You, whatever way you're comfortable doing a moon, do your moon the way you would do it. You don't have to try and capture the exact way I've done this one. If you can, that's good, but if you can't, it's not a problem. Do it your own way. Make everything your own. Now the rocks, we want a bit of dark. I'm going to use a knife, I said. Now, would I be using this one, or if I'm just got to work out? That's why I got you back there. I've got to work out. No, not that one. Where are my knives? I've got to work out sort of what knife I want to use. I've got all different ones here. Got me big pencil there. Got me ruler there. Get that out the way. Now let's grab the knives and see which ones can bloody use, eh? Got all different sizes, little ones and long ones. Wow, that's pretty much it. I'm not really a big user of knives. Now I need some brushes as well. Where's that one? That one's there. Okay. Now the waterfall is going to be here. Where the waterfall hits over a black surface, it's good to leave some depth there so your rocks look like they're gone behind it. The water's coming over the waterfall. I'm trying to work out what sort of, golly gee, don't I have another knife there? Is that it? Is that all I've got? I've got bugger all there. What's we got in here, eh? I wanted to do something with a knife. All right, I think I'll try this one. Let's just see what we get, eh? Have you ever painted the Northern Lights? I have done one. Yeah, check out the link in the description below my videos. I have done one there. It's not the best, but it's of it anyway. Okay, Tracy, bonjour de France. Everyone's saying hello, good stuff. Hard work in the garden to paint the fence and painting the kingfisher, says Oswina. Right. What colour do we want the rocks? It's night time. I'll keep it a dark brown. Have I got my burnt umber? I'll use that. And I might use a bit of yellow ochre just to brighten it a bit. Where's the yellow ochre? There it is there. I'm just grabbing that. And I'm just going to muck around with a knife now, see how we go, something different. Okay, I very rarely use a knife, but give it a go. So I want to virtually keep that black area there black. Come on over here. And we'll start off with the, let's come down here. Well, I'm going to load up this side of the knife because I know that's where I want my, so I'm going to butter it down and get it on the knife there any old way, just so that edge is nice and clean. It's got no dags on the upside of it ready to hurt the painting. And we'll start on here. Leave some of the black now, but leave some black there. I'm just going to see how we go. Getting some of this jingly jangly all the way down there. Get some more. I want this edge nice and sharp there. Got plenty of black. I'm keeping the middle bit where the waterfall is going to be. Now I'm going to just, hang on, I'll get a bit more of this. Just down here somewhere. I'm just scraping it on willy-nilly, but leaving pockets of black there as well. You can't see it yet. Now we'll grab some of the yellow oxide and we're going to marble it. See what I'm doing? get at me. But I'm just stippling it like that, so it's sort of marbled. You don't want it too loud and too bright, and we want to try and get that bit more there at the top. Nice and sharp there. And just sort of let the knife do the work for you. Something subtle. You don't have to overdo it. Got plenty of, I'm just slowly mixing up down here as I go. You've got plenty of darks there. You don't want to destroy all that dark. How's that rock looking? That rock's looking fine. Pretty much all I want to do for it, really. And now the same on the other side. Pretty much getting that edge done there. Now you can paint these in if you want. Don't have to do it all with a knife if you want. Just however you paint rocks. I'm just trying something different here while I'm on the fly. Get a bit more down there. Because I want the bottom of this mystified. A lot of mist happening there, you know. Now I'm going to pick up the yellow again and stipple it, just so I've got enough to do like I did on the other side, because this is the actual colour of the rock. Very subtle, it's not too bright. It's night time, remember. Otherwise the detail police will be on me back, telling me I've done it all wrong. There we go. How's that looking in the monitor? Not too bad. Now, if anything, to me, I'm going to pick up more of the brown. It's looking a bit too dark. Get that dag off there. I mean, not dark, it's looking a bit too bright. So I'm just killing a lot of that. Killing a lot of the brights. How's that looking? Not too bad. That'll do it. That'll do it. Now see the bottom? I want to darken this up, feather it into a darker area. So I'll grab, let's just say, what have we got here? Some sort of, any brush. I've just got a filbert. Let's give that a go. G'day, Mary Lou. I'm going to get this now and scrumble this knifed textured paint down into the bottom there, just like so. I'll come up there a bit and gradually stop. That side's done. I'll wipe it. Let's get down there a bit so you can see. Same on here. Let's just, because when we put the mist, the fog, wipe the brush again. You don't want to be scrumbling it into big, thick, knifed areas. There we go, somewhere like that. Now we need the black. So I'm just wiping that brush, picking up the black gesso again. And now I want to, from the very bottom, get the bottom on, black, and then start. This is all going to be hidden with fog, and there's a reason why I'm doing this. Okay, so we'll get all this padded up there, and it's transition from the rock to blurry to dark. And that's what we need for when we do our fog. I'll do the fog after I do the waterfall because it'll give all this paint here a chance to dry. That's a good thing about you people being able to paint at home. You can take your time, make a sandwich, put the kettle on, go and say hello to the neighbour and get back into it again. There we go, just dribble up there. Now what I will do, I just saw, I might just grab this same brush, anything here, I might just pull this way inwards just so it'll sit behind the water there. Just something like that. Something like that. Just to give some sort of side detail there. Cool. How's it looking? Nice to meet you, Margaret. Everyone meeting everyone, are they? Ah, he's all going, everyone. That's awesome, thank you very much. Now we want a bit of water. What are we going to use for the water? Is that, let me clean this brush. Bear with me a moment. I'm just trying to clean this big. Did I allow, oh yeah. I'll just clean this brush in the sink, spilling paint everywhere all over the floor. There. So bear with me a minute, because I would like to use this one to, would that be too big for the waterfall, you reckon? It's possible. I might use a flat. I've got some flats here. There we go. Oh, that one needs a. So we're going to bring some water. Coming just down here, some simple water. So virtually the lake where this water's coming from is there downwards. We're sort of looking up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to get some of this white paint. Mix with the blue a bit. You want it tainted. Taint it up a bit. There we go. Now let's see if I've got enough here. I'm going to have to mix up a full batch. Let's just see how we go. Okay. Simple but straight, because water falls straight. So come around. I'll go from about there. I'll get the edges in first. Boom, that'll do. Just get that top really solid. That's the main bit. You want solid. There we go. Get that around there. There we go. Bing, bang, boom. There we go. Get around here. And that's another good step to achieve in your art journey, is to create original stuff. It's real satisfying. That's the waterfall blocked in, okay? I'll just give a little bit of maybe something dropping down there. Something different coming through there, just to break it up. Now wash that brush out. Wash it really well. Because I'm just going to use the same brush actually, just to highlight that waterfall. Okay. So I'm going to get some. Why is it every time I want to move this, it's got to get right onto the wire? I'll just get some titanium white over here. How long have we been going for? 50 minutes, wow. I'll try and wrap this up. Not far to go anyway. So I'm going to load this onto the brush now. And this is where we detail that waterfall. So we'll probably get just a little bit of white onto that, cracking down that little vein of water. Just there like that. Same on this bit. He's just found a little crack to come down. They're done, that's done. Now we'll get the top hump of it. Let this break up. Use whatever brush you feels easy for you doing this, okay? Light her up again. I was going to try and do a wave today, but I think I've done quite a few in my channel recently, so I'll try and do something different. There we go. Now we'll get this water coming down. Break it up with the edge of the brush. Break it. Don't worry about the bottom, because we're going to mystify that. And once we mystify that, she's pretty much done. And that's all right like that. Cool. I just want to fix that top up a little bit. I could detail that as later. All right, everything's reasonably dry. Oh, it's not quite. I've got to dry these rocks. so I can put the mist in, otherwise you'll stuff your mist up. Okay, so I'm going to dry that. How are we going there? Is this... Oh, I've got to dry the rocks. Now, I do feel it's going to need at least 1 or 2 foreground palm trees or something to break it up, okay? Because it looks like something is just missing. All right? So we'll quickly do the fog. While I'm waiting for that to dry a bit more, I will grab, where are we? I need a bit more burn umber. I'm going to use burn umber, not black. Okay, burn umber. Where's my flat brush? There it is there. Bit of burn umber. And I'm going to wet it, just dab the bulk of the water off it. Get this burn umber. And how did I have them? I sort of had them in a pattern, an artistic pattern. So we'll get one, just something to add to this painting. Okay, so I want one coming up maybe just about here. Bring his trunk all the way down there. And then these are those probably... I'm going to make this palm simple, but one of those tall, skinny ones you get in Fiji, you know, those tall type. I did a painting like that a while ago, and it turned out quite all right. So we got that there. I'm just going to, sorry, didn't move the bloody camera. I've just come up to this spot here because that's where I want the actual prongs. Brought him down there like that, okay? Now I'm just going to pick up some of the yellow ochre mix with it, just so we can brighten up that trunk a little bit. How many of you told me I didn't move the camera? Where can I get the stencil for that, for the moon? I showed you in the beginning, but if you hang around to the end, I'll just show you again. It takes 2 seconds how to make a stencil for a moon. I'm going to lighten up this side of the trunk because that's where the moon is. So the moon's pretty much our light source. So just come on this side. I can't pull the painting off and turn it around, and I want to just brighten up that side of the trunk if I can. Now I used the wrong colour because it's clashing with the rock. If anything, this needs, I'm going to make it a bit more white so it's not clashing with the rock. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's, who said that? I can't see just at the moment, but it's kind of sci-fi. You don't mind sci-fi paintings, do you? What can I call this? A sci-fi moon or a moonscape sunset? There we go, that'll do, that will bloody do. Don't get carried away, don't overdo it. Right, we'll get back over here. And we want some kind of frongs. So I'm just going to do them black, simple black with the hint of highlight in it because they're backlit, okay? So I'm just going to pick up the black gesso, a little bit of the brown in there, okay? And watch how I do a basic, simple and effective palm for you beginners, okay? Where did I put that leaner on a stick? Start from the middle. Just go in a line, right? See, I've just done a simple line. It looks like you don't know what you're doing yet, but believe me, when you know what you're doing, it works. You do a bit of a line and then you pull, but you've got to try and get those scratchy bits on there, okay? And try not to do it in a wheel. Try and give them some dimension. Like I'll give one coming down here, a little one. These are just little. Now I'm going to give one sort of coming at us. This one's coming at us. Okay, just like that. Now I'll put one going and behind, something like that. Once it's all finished, it'll look all right. This one here can sort of go up and behind. There we go, little. Don't do them all the same length. This one here can come out and down. This is just a basic, simple palm tree. You can detail these later if you know how. And this one can come right down there, boom, this one's coming towards us, okay? And then give it some little detail legs there, and just make the middle of it a little bit busy. If you don't make it busy, it just looks wrong. Okay, there we go. And that's just a simple palm. I'm going to grab some of the white now and just pull through that paint a bit that's already on my brush, just so I've got something I can, you know, sit them in front of stuff with. Let's do that one again. So that's in front of the mountain there. It's getting hit by the moon, and it's putting different fronds in front and behind each other. And if you feel you've done too much of this white bit, or the highlighting bit that I'm doing now, just grab the darker value and put back. How's that? That's fine. That's fine. That'll do it. A little bit of a palm there. It could have been a bit taller. Not to worry, it's there. Now let me grab my little liner brush, and I'll grab a bit of white, or that dirty white that I painted the palm with. I'm from Wollongong, New South Wales, says Laura Collins. G'day Laura. I used to live in New South Wales before I settled down in Perth. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just my good old autograph, and be sure to check out the links in the description below. And purchasing my paintings are done through PayPal. There's a PayPal link there. A lot of people love getting my paintings in the mail and just see how great they look in real life. And you can always go back onto the YouTube tutorial and watch it being painted. They have a tag on the back with the tutorial number. All my tutorials are numbered. Let's put Steve's little footprint there as well. And someone said in one of my videos, I can't remember which one it was, but they saw the video and they said, oh, it's more detailed now. Sometimes, I'm not the only one that does it. A lot of people, when they've done a painting, they might change it up a bit. Let's just see what that looks like in a frame. Okay, should look all right. There we go. Let's have a look at that. That's not too shabby. We've got that sci-fi moon sunsetting bit way down over there. We can, oh, you know what I did forget, which was all about the painting. Sorry. Some of you might have even said it. Some of you who cottoned on. I forgot to do the fog. That's what it's all about. My fog is this little flat brush that's gone like a little blender. Now for fog, you need good dry paint. No water in it, no nothing. Just good dry paint, okay? Let's get some on there. Now see, I don't know if you noticed or not, I'm going to flatten that on my palette, right? Because what this is a clean brush, and I want to dip that into an even layer of paint, okay? So it's even on it's not all up and everywhere over my brush, okay? I want to dip that on there, come to the board here, and you pretty much wipe some of this stuff off. Wipe some of it off. Now, let's start at the bottom of our waterfall. The water's coming down. Probably the water's way down off camera. Whoever took this photo, they were standing on a certain position where you can't see the water. Now we're going to get a bit more on there first. We're going to bomb this on. It's sort of bush, bang. And we'll start from the bottom and come off the painting. So I'm not wiping it off like I was going to do miss. I'm just getting all that splash done first. I'm dancing the brush around, getting some real vibrant bits happening. There we go. And I'm trying to sit that waterfall back behind this splash of froth. And then from this froth, if anything, you participate up and into nothing. Let's hope I don't mess up my autograph there. If I do, I'll just have to do it again. Now I'm going to start from the bottom, and we just turn this. See how there's little dots of bright bits? Condition your brush somewhere, get them off. and then there's bugger all on the brush, and you want to have brighter values of this and duller values of this just to make it look like it's got depth within the fog itself. And you just twist this around, practice this procedure all on its own, and this can come, all that stuff that I flattened before, that's why I flattened it, so I can get this fog mist. Don't worry about my autograph, I might have to touch that up off camera later on, I won't redo it. Let's go to this side, and it's a good thing I put the palm tree there first, because you want that sunken back within the fog as well. And this is all you do for mist / fog, and it's going up on all that flattened area that we brushed down with the filbert brush earlier on when I was doing the rocks, remember? Get it over there, it's coming all the way up, it lightens up as you get to the top there. I'll try and get some more here going. It's lighter value, the waterfall's dried, it's going to sink it back a bit. Get some all the way up, I'll take some of that bulk off there, get some of it coming up the waterfall, and it's just coming up. It's a bit like airbrushing, I suppose, but you're using a brush, and it's coming up, participating into that heavier build-up of paint onto your rock. You don't want to go too high, it's just an element of what the painting is. There we go, now we can whack that frame on it, and see how she looks. Does that look like fog? Okay, we'll put that in the water. Now we'll put the frame on it. And now, there we go. We've got the fog. Can you see the fog there? Yes, you can. Now that ain't too shabby, eh? We've got our waterfall, Sifi Moon, sun setting night sky, bit of a palm tree. You could have a couple in there, one on this side. And we've got our fog down the bottom. You can do that, okay? Just remember you can do it, and if you think you can't, it just involves some practicing, okay? Now what I'm going to do while we're still on camera, I'm going to show that person how to make a quick, simple and easy template. And before we do, I'll just take the tape off as well so you can see how gorgeous the canvas looks as well, because I've got no board canvas panels left. I'm just using the actual canvas itself until I make up some more panels. But these are still, I can still roll these up and post them off if you want to buy this painting or others like it. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, now I'll just get this tape out the way. And what can I've got something down here, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. Come over here. Where are we? Where can I put this so it's not gonna... I'll do it over here. Come over here. Where are we? There we go. I'm gonna go over there and just make another template for that person that said, where can I get one of those templates from? You make your bloody own. It's that easy. I'm gonna show you. So I'll just put this down so I've got something to cut it on. And I'll just grab a tin container or something, anything, so I can use as a template. So grab yourself a coffee jar, a plate, anything that's round, okay? And grab yourself A4 office paper is the best. It's a bit thicker than this. This is just official paper. It's not that thick. I would advise you to get the reams of paper, the office paper. And just put your circumference on your paper on a surface you don't mind scratching, and a good old box cutter knife, okay? And this might involve practicing a few times as well. Go around it, and the time it takes me to make this is how long it will take you when you've made a few. Okay, you can go to your stationery shop and buy this acetate plastic film and make it out of that. They last forever, but these are just disposable ones, doing it this way. And there you go, look at that, too easy. Okay, you can make them whatever size you want, and they're ready to sponge on, throw away when you're finished. So let's go back over here and we'll say hello to a few people before we say goodbye. Who we got there? What are we going for? I went over a little bit over an hour. Thank you for the whole. You're welcome, Piers. Angela Young, thank you for your welcome. All right, good stuff. Hope you learnt something from this, and message me in the comments below if you've got anything to say about this. And if you like what I'm doing, you tell your friends. But if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody, all right? All the best, goodbye, good luck. Good on ya. Oh, get off there, you dog. There we go. All right, what paints did I've got to work out what paints I use so I can write it down, and that's wet. What am I going to call that? I'll call it a moon, sci-fi moon scene. Yeah, that'll do, a sci-fi moon scene. Sci-fi moon scene. Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah, that'll do. All right, so I've got to get that over there. If I can quickly get all this snot in there like that, then I'm done. Ready for the next painting. I love cleaning this glass palette. It's so easy to clean. I scrape it all off with a silicone scraper, and then I let that dry, and I use a blade and spray and wipe and just scrape it off. That's it. That's what's hanging below me. That's the cable to my microphone. I trod on it and pulled it. Oh God, I better, there's some there. I got a, holy shit, Gordon Ramsay is now Bob Ross. Thank you, Ian. Got my glass palette. Good stuff, says Margaret. Dawn Boston. Yeah, glass palettes are great. Barry Redburn. Angela, what are you thinking? What are you... Oh, Angela must have said something. I was just wondering what was that hanging below. Yeah, it's just the manliness of me hardware. It's me hardware, love. Yeah, this here. I had it taped, but when I'm not live, these mistakes don't happen. They're all edited out. Who else have we got there? Good on you, mate. And thank you, says Kathy F. Kathy Celeste Watson, love you too. Kathy Watson, you love it, good stuff. Fantastic. Scottish, lol. Hardware, yeah. Les Knight, the hardware, yeah. All right, I better get behind the camera and say it's Uru from the Guru.